Hello, and welcome back to the island. It's been a little bit since I last played. It's mainly due to the release of Hollow Knight Silksong, so I've been thoroughly enjoying that. I haven't quite beat it yet, but made a good way through. I did a little bit of processing some gravel off screen, hence why I have a crap ton of dust and sand. So today we're going to pick right back up where we left off. Let's grow some of these crops a bit more. So got our pumpkin seeds looked up a bit more. Which one of you is the weak link? Yep, you're the weak link. Okay, just drop wherever that pumpkin seed went. Let's get some fertilizer real quick. But today we're going to make our smeltery, and we're also going to make a blast furnace. So, blast furnace is our way of processing iron into steel. Steel is better than iron in just about every way, but unfortunately, for tools, steel is only so-so compared to the stuff we can get. They're much more useful and plentiful metals we can use for our tools. It does look nice. We check on our coke oven. Some coal in there. Oh yeah, we're getting quite a bit of coal coke. So coal coke will be our fuel that we use to make our steel. So we need to make something called blast brick. So requires hardened clay, sand, either a ball of glue, ender pearl, a block of TNT. Since I don't have a mob farm set up, we're going to use blocks of TNT. And we need to make 7 of them. So fortunately, during my little off-screen adventures, I was able to process a bunch of dust, so we can just craft it right up. There we go. Our 7 TNT. Need to get some terracotta, which means we need to get clay. So go over here to our barrel, which automatically processes, or automatically fills up, processes. So I'm going to put this back up. Automatically fills up. We're going to need 7 times 4. We're going to need 28 blocks of clay to make it into terracotta. But about the game Hollow Knight Silksong, it's quite good. If I don't really make it a secret amongst my friends that I think Hollow Knight is my favorite game of all time. I am a huge sucker for the Metroidvania genre, and to me, Hollow Knight is the gold standard. I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny, because when I was originally playing the game, it felt like the game was pandering to specifically me because of all the boxes it was checking. It is really big, which is always good for a Metroidvania. Its combat is really slick, satisfying, as well as being very difficult. I like a good difficult game. The art is beautiful, hand-drawn 2D animation. Music, excellent. And the world just felt really interconnected, which I think a lot of Metroidvanias don't really... They don't... That's like the hardest lesson, I think, for a Metroidvania to get right. Having a world that feels really interconnected without being just a giant maze, although I do enjoy a giant maze, which is, I think, why I like games like Yume Nikki, Yumi Tuki. But some games are just kind of linear. Like, you'll have like a few split paths, but ultimately it's you go down one route. One Metroidvania game I played, I think it was kind of overrated. Like, it was fun, but it just didn't quite hit right for me. That was Blasphemous. Game very unique. It had really cool atmosphere. Combat was really tight, but the exploration was very much lacking, in my opinion. So ultimately, you would go down like maybe like two paths, and then go down a more linear-ish endgame area. There's like some details, side routes provided by the DLC came in later, but wasn't quite the same, I don't think. Wasn't enough interconnectedness with the world. Not enough backtracking was required. Now I know why gamers don't like backtracking, but if it's backtracking with a purpose, I don't think it's that big of an issue. All right, cooking that up, we're going to need to make something called a forge hammer, which we'll need another iron ingot for. So we make a furnace. But well, spoiler-free opinions of Silksong. It has a much steeper learning curve than base Hollow Knight, the original. Hornet's main way of getting vertical is her diagonal dash, which takes a good bit to get used to. Because with Hollow Knight, it was really intuitive. Like you just hit down. Hornet, she attacks at a downward angle, which naturally makes it a bit trickier to aim. Right. Steal a little charcoal from here. Get us some charcoal in here. World feels nice and interconnected so far. I don't know how big it's going to be, but it's already quite large. Combat's very fun. It's also quite a bit more brutal. So in Hollow Knight, your health's measured in mask. It's the same. But almost every single enemy in Hollow Knight, barring like maybe like 8 of them, which are like really big brutish enemies, deal 1 mask of damage, like 1 heart essentially. Like if you're playing Zelda, it'd deal 1 heart of damage. In Silksong, there are a lot of enemies, even early on, that will deal 2 hearts of damage, 2 masks. And many environmental hazards also deal 2. Now, some attacks may not deal 1 damage per se, but they will quickly combo into another while having you stun lock. So, in essence, there are 2. And that definitely makes it more difficult, but not unfairly so. So, I mean, if you liked Hollow Knight, I mean, I assume you'd want to have a more difficult game to give you more of a challenge coming down from Hollow Knight. And by golly, does Silksong give you just that? I was tempted to kind of make a playthrough of it for the channel, but honestly, the game means a lot to me, and I'd rather not have to record it and focus on giving commentary. I'd rather just sort of digest it naturally. Not to say that I would be opposed to playing other games for the first time recording. It's just that I've been waiting for this game for 6 years. So I was in high school on February 14th, 2019. That's in my senior year when they first announced it. And in that time, since then, I went to college. Oh, I broke the wrong thing. I was too busy yapping, not focusing on what I was doing. In that time, I went to college for 4 years. I graduated, went on study abroad. I worked for about 2.5 years. Had multiple followings, met multiple friends, fell out with multiple friends. Like my life has radically changed since then. And now it's finally out. It's a little surreal, especially with the repeated jokes of Silk Song never ever releasing. But it's here. It just feels kind of surreal. Like it was always meant to be this pie in the sky ideal, sitting off on the edge of the horizon. But it's finally here. But yeah, that's just my quick thoughts about Silk Song. Very cool game. If you are interested in it, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, it's only $20. I'd probably start with the original Hollow Knight, which is only $15. Okay, our things are just about smelted all up. Excellent, excellent. Let's get our iron from here. Where's my string at? Yep, here we go. Okay. We will craft our engineer's hammer. Then I believe we have to make a hollow 9x9 structure, like 3x3 structure. I'll try to be careful and not place it because I don't know if I will be able to break it very easily. All right, we right-click it. Check the manual here. Okay. Rest of steel. Right-click the center with an engineer's hammer. Something must have gone wrong. Like this? Ah, there we go. It needed to be. Had to not be hollow. There we go. All right, let's process some of our iron so we can get steel being made. The engineer's hammer. Chest. All right. Let's see, where's all my iron? I think I gobbled up all the iron. What did I use it for? Yeah, shine here. Actually, might be better just to set up the smeltery and process our iron that way so we get double ore drops. So we're just going to craft up our seared bricks. So something I've considered doing for this video series is, you may have noticed some of the thumbnails when I get a particular block or upgrade, I will put that little block or structure on the island my little roadski's standing on. Considering just doing that for all our upgrades, so that as we go along, it starts looking bigger and bigger and more complex. There we go. Right, down our casting table. Right, let's place down the rest of our bricks, our faucets. So for instance, like the save, seed analyzer. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments, should I go through with that? Or would it look too tacky? It would take a bit of effort to edit, but what I usually do for these is I have a thumbnail of Urotsuki standing on the little island, and then I edit in the photos of various achievements and items I acquire along the way that particular gaming session. Okay. Oh, let's get. Do I have enough? Like, well, one more block. So with this, our smeltery is done. Now we just need to put some lava in it. Hopefully I remember to put lava or cobblestone in our little crucible over here. Well, I've got a bucket of source of lava in there, so it's a good start. So this is our smeltery. I'll go over how it works. So it uses lava, which you put in the seared tank. And you insert ores in this section here, and it'll show molten metal over here in this section. Well, there are a few things you can put in there that are not metal, like obsidian. You can melt that down. But, okay, let's see. Let's move these guys downstairs. Because this is where we're going to use them from now on. Okay. Stencil table here. Show you it. Let's see. Put our pattern chest here. Part builder. Stencil table. And tool station here. So put these in here. All right. So we can pour out metal into this casting table. Only problem is all we all have is just patterns. We need to actually make molds to pour our metal in. And there are two ways you can do that. Make molds. You can make molds out of aluminum brass, which is generally the preferred method. Or you can make out of gold, which is more expensive. So we're going to need to make some aluminum brass. Let me check the ratio. Aluminum brass. So aluminum brass takes 1 part copper, 3 parts aluminum. Which is kind of annoying because aluminum's kind of more rare than copper. Aluminum, copper. Aluminum, copper. Okay, let's process this down. Right. So we're going to make an alloy, which is a mixture of 2 metals. So some common alloys are brass. Steel is an alloy, although you can't make steel in the smeltery, unfortunately. Electrum's another good alloy that's actually in this pack, and we're actually going to make use of that. Electrum is one of my favorite metals for this pack. I'll explain why here shortly. So we have 4. What's that? So 1 part. Okay, so you get 5. Because it's 1 part copper, 3 parts aluminum. So we're just going to shove these guys right in here. And you can see it starts to melt. When it comes out, it's not going to be copper, it's not going to be aluminum, it's going to be aluminum brass. And we need to make our tools to make another pattern chest, because that's what we'll be needing to store our casts. See. So that's... Do you have any wood lying around, though? I don't think we do. Oh, looks like we need to get some then. Ah, excellent. I should cut it on footage. So when you use Tinker's Construct tools in this pack, they will gain experience. And with more experience, they level up, and they get modifiers, which are very important. Because you can't enchant Tinker's Construct tools, but you can add modifiers to them. So, for example, you can't put Fortune on a pickaxe from Tinker's Construct, but you can put Lapis Lazuli on there and give it the same effect as Fortune. But you need to craft a lot of Lapis Lazuli onto it. Redstone increases mining speed. Quartz is... Oh, yep, there we go. We have our aluminum brass. Okay, let's craft us some planks. Let's get us a blank pattern. Then have ourselves a pattern chest. We're just going to sit this guy, well, we'll put him right here. All right, so you might be asking, well, gee, Necro, how the heck do you make these patterns in this smeltery? All you have to do is use a little bit of cobblestone. So, stone tool rod. This counts like half, so stone binding tool. So, what you want to do is you go in here, you click metal you want at the bottom, you'll put stone tool down here, you pour it out on top of it, and voila, tool rod cast. Tells you what all you could put in there. Okay, let's make some more. All right, let's get us a pickaxe, axe head as well. In you go. And you know what? Let's start. Let's get a sword together, just in case. So we're starting to expand our island. Might not be able to light up everything perfectly. It's better to have a sword and not need it than to. Okay, so let's get a sword blade pattern. Let's get. I believe this is handguard for long swords. So you can use different types of guards. You can make a short guard like this for a rapier, which attacks very fast and has a little bit of armor piercing. Use this for a longsword, which does more damage when you charge, and you can also sort of hold right click and you will be able to do a leap. And the wide guard pattern, which you can block with. And it works like a vanilla Minecraft sword. Well, vanilla back in these days. Alright, stone sword. And let's get our shovel. Alright, part builder, you are almost obsolete now. We'll use you to make some birds or tool patterns. But that's going to be for later. Alright, got our casts. That's all well and good now, but what are we going to make out of them? Glad you asked, dear viewer. We are going to make some platinum and some electrum as well. So, let's see here how much platinum and electrum we have. We have 12 broken platinum. Yeah, I'll take you guys. Let's process our platinum. And more dust. And more dust. Okay, so this should give us about 14 ingots worth of platinum. I'm going to shove this in here. So platinum is a very good metal to make stuff out of in this game. It's kind of like diamond. It has a high mining speed and also has a ridiculously high durability. It's just really good all around. But we're not just going to make platinum, we're going to make electrum as well. Electrum is still really good, but it's a bit more complicated than just being good all around. So to make electrum, just like in real life, we're going to take silver and gold. We're going to alloy them. So I believe electrum is just half and half. Electrum. Yep. Half and half. So let's process this down. Okay. Craft this back into blocks. So electrum is an alloy that works kind of like vanilla gold. It has the fastest mining speed, but it has ridiculously low durability. So if you need to break a few amount of things really quickly, and they aren't particularly hard to break, electrum's your go-to guy. You don't have that many to break either. But with Tinker's construct, we can work to get best of both worlds. But it takes those modifiers I mentioned earlier to do that. So let's get some silver. Also, electrum is just useful later on in certain recipes. Okay, let's put our broken ore in here. Our powdered crushed ore up here. Let's start collecting some of this mossy cobblestone that's been growing here. There's a method to this. Let's see, how much do we have? 10. Let's try to get 18 if we can. Let's put this here. Just collect it from here. There we go. Got that. Let's get a little of this. So I need about 3 more. All right. So we've gathered up the moss. We take our moss, we craft it to a 3x3, like so. Get ball moss. So I go down here, check out it's early. We have 14 ingots of copper. We have 52 ingots of electrum. All right, let's get crafting. Get some flint. Because you can replace tools on Tinker's tools, but only if they're at full durability. Okay. So let's get pickaxe head. Now I'm going to convert these tools into electrum instead of having these, instead of having our new tools be the ones made of electrum. These guys already have modifiers on them. Okay. We need shiny axe head. Fortunately, with axes, there's nothing really hard to break, so just having electrum makes a lot of sense. Same with shovels. I think there are a few things in this mod pack that need like a high level of shovel to break, but those are really few and far between. Okay. And let me see. Tool rod. Let's take a look at platinum versus electrum here. So electrum has a modifier of 0.4. Yeah, okay, so platinum is just all around better for tool rods. What? Like blue and brass, that's why. Um, I think I have a way to just directly mine that up. Yeah, let's make a bunch of platinum tool rods. So we'll need one for the mattock, two for the pickaxe, for the new pickaxe, for the shovel I need, for the sword. Okay. Um, let's see. Then let's see here. I'm gonna take it to the tool station. Just craft it like this, and it will replace the parts. So this tool modifier, durability handle modifier, is just affects the durability of the product in the end. So having a high handle modifier is good because this has base durability of 90. So that's kind of low. All right, let's put moss on there so it will slowly auto repair itself, which is what we want. All right, let's make ourselves a mattock. Oh no, let's upgrade our mattock, I mean. So see how we're going from about 5 to 17 mining speed. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's show how fast these guys break blocks. Get some more cobblestone, get that moss over there. But yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah. That's real quick. And it will auto repair itself so long as it stays in your inventory. So you don't have to worry about repairing this tool made out of an expensive material because it'll just grow right back. Now there's something else we can do about our modifiers. Let's see. Let's get some obsidian. Put one right here. Oh, can't fill that up. Need to put cobblestone in there. So the pickaxe has part called the tool binding. Now we haven't upgraded that yet on our pickaxe just yet. So let's make cells. Just this placeholder tool binding. We need another pickaxe head, but we need it out of cobalt. So this will be our sort of workhorse if we need to make a whole bunch of something material pickaxe. So we're gonna put our assemble it like so. Oop. Assemble it like so. Get our shiny pickaxe. Make our ball of moss. Put it on our shiny pickaxe. So compare and contrast. So look at the durability here. It's 1,575 versus the Electrum's 135, but the mining speed is a difference of 3. I mean, that's not a lot, but let's do a side-by-side comparison. So I'll break these 3 blocks. It's not that much of a difference, but Electrum does dig faster. I like to have both. Alright, so Electrum can't dig this up, but Shiny absolutely can. Alright, for Obsidian, we can put it in our Smeltery, turn it into liquid obsidian. We'll do just that. So we want to get some tool bindings. Because each material has a sort of attribute to it. So for instance, the shiny tool rod has reinforced 2, which works kind of like unbreaking in vanilla Minecraft, which gives it a 10% chance not to consume durability on use. Platinum also has the property dense. I'm not sure if it's working in this version of the game or not, but on paper, it is meant to increase a tool's durability, or increase the chance of a tool not using its durability as it degrades. So, as it's lower on durability, becomes less likely to use it up, making it stretch further. Now, we're making some tool bindings out of obsidian. Obsidian is not very durable, but it does have the benefit of giving reinforced 3. So we can see our current effective durability is 168. This will boost it to 192. For here, you can definitely, there's a bit of a jump here. Effective durability is 1,900. This jumps to 2,200. Good stuff. Right, we got our tools. We need to make a shovel out of Electrum. Oh, we need to make our sword first. Let's get sword here. What? Oh, I see. Here. So we're gonna make a sword out of platinum. This platinum is just better than Electrum in this case. We're going to make. Honestly, do I want? Let me make a wide guard too. I'll just compare and contrast what their values would be. I'll probably still make a long sword, but I believe the wide guard has higher durability, so it'd be better for like mob farms. Okay, this could go here. You will go right here. Aluminum brass. There we go. Let's make it out of obsidian. Have just enough to make one of each. So you can compare and contrast. All right. Let's take a look here on station. So if we make a sword, just like so, its durability would be 1100, and it can block, make a long sword. Has same durability. Durability 18. Yeah, it's a little higher durability. Yeah, I think I'll go with the shiny longsword. All right. Then let's get a shovel here. And let's make ourselves an electrum shovel. All right. Let me check the Tinker's Construct book. So there's some things we can do to improve our electric pickaxe. So I believe it's Materials New Volume 2. Modifiers, yes. So you can see all the different types of things you can make. Okay. So we want a diamond. I don't think we have a diamond right now. You know what? I am going to try to get some diamonds, and I'll do a quick cut. We'll take a look at how it improves the electrum pickaxe. So I will see you then. And we're back. I have acquired 2 diamonds, so we are going to upgrade our electrum pickaxe and our electromatic. So this diamond is really going to make a world of difference. So we're going to take a jump from 135 durability, effectively 192. This is going to cause us to jump to 635 durability, effectively 900, which is a little over half of the normal platinum. And it also lets us mine obsidian. So, mine more blocks. We're going to do the same for our matic. We're going to jump from effectively 252 to 877. So, go. When we eventually get to it, we can put an emerald on there and increase its durability by another 50%. But this should be more than enough for now. It restores its durability automatically, breaks really quickly. Everything a growing boy could want. Oh yeah. This is much better. So we have our tool situations worked out. So this is about the best we can do for a while. I believe there's a way to put more modifiers on it. I'm not sure if it's been disabled or not. Take a look-see. I believe putting it's towards the back here. Like a diamond, a gold block, and then a enchanted golden apple and a diamond block. Then another star will give it additional modifiers, but I don't think it will work that way. So I think I tried it in the past and it didn't work, but ultimately, if we keep using the same tool, we're going to be getting more modifiers, so that's a problem that works itself out. Let's check back up on our plants here. some more dirt down so we can grow types of crop. Let's get some water. Put it 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from the edge. That's not the most efficient setup, but we'll worry about efficiency later. All right. See F7. Yeah, we have some spots where mobs can spawn. That's a no good situation. All right. Let's check on our pumpkins. We should be nearing. Oh yeah, we've got a 10 in gain. So that means this particular pumpkin plant will yield us 4 pumpkins per harvest. Let's put some fertilizer here. Our wheats are almost maxed out, it looks like. Take a look at our carrots. Carrots are almost maxed out as well. Everything's coming together like butt cheeks. Right. Get started on some more crops. Let's get some melons. Let's get some sugarcane. Some potatoes. So we're just gonna pop our melons right into here. Throw out some of these seeds we don't want, like our carrots, pumpkins. Let's see, sugarcane. Cultivate sugarcane. See, how do I make sugarcane seeds? Cane seeds. Oh, I feel silly now. I crashed it to the AgriCraft versions. Soon we have line around. There we go. It needs. Might need sand. Yeah, I think it needs sand to grow on. Get some sand from down here. Let's get a little plus going here. Oh, yeah, analyze them. Oh, wrong seeds. There we go. Let's get some more crop sticks going. Yes, very productive episode. Managed to get our really good tools together. Got a bunch of our plants starting to get maxed out on their abilities. Let's see here. Up we go there. So I'm really hoping we get those pumpkins maxed out really soon. Because with that, we'll be able to farm dirt more efficiently. Just right-click a bunch of pumpkins, and we'll be in good shape. It will still take a while. Probably have to redo my setup for growing processing the compost into dirt, but That's something you can deal with. Just make it bigger. Eventually, we want to work to making sure it's awesome, so it's automated. But that's going to be a bit trickier, and something we're going to have to do later on once we get energy going. But we've taken a good step towards making machines. We have better ore processing. We still need to make a few more casts for our smeltery. Let's see, I'm not quite max yet. So just a few more different casts, like particularly like ingot casts and gear casts. But we already have a way to get blocks. You just take the metal and put it into a casting basin. Yeah, good golly, does it feel good to use these upgraded electrum tools? Like that's without anything improving its break speed. Like you could put redstone on it to make it break even faster. But this will be enough for what we're doing. We don't need to break a lot of things very quickly just yet. Another thing we need to work towards, this will probably be something I do in the background, honestly, is working till we get a builder's rod, which that will let me expand the island much faster. You can actually start building things. So the placements of multiple blocks at once. But here's the catch. It's pretty darn expensive. How expensive? I believe it takes 2 diamonds and 2 steel rods. So we get some more iron. So we need to start processing this iron down. So let's take a look at this builder's wand. So we can't make the super builder's wand, we can make the builder's wand, which takes steel rods, which is just steel. We can get that pretty easily, but it needs 18 total diamonds. That spells out to a lot of me processing things in the background. Once we get that, we'll be able to expand like nobody's business, which is awesome for obvious reasons. Having to hand place all this stuff is kind of a pain in the butt. Let's break down this iron. So fortunately, we have a whole bunch of coal coke built up. Have a good way to double our ores in our smelter. I believe they can also be further doubled with like ore crushing, but that's a bit beyond what I have right now. So we're just going to do it by hand. Like, let's see. Crushed. Yeah, let's take a look at crushed, pulverized iron ore. Purified crushed iron ore. Crushed iron ore. 2 makes 4. I don't know the exact most efficient way to do it, but it'll be something we'll have to research when we get to it. But that's still quite pretty far out. Next play session, though, I do want to actually start making cool things, because right now it's all been getting the preamble and crafting our tools and resources. I want to try to make Urotsuki's room from Yume Nikki. I think that'll be a good first project to do. I mean, we have like furniture mods, I believe. Yeah, we've got Bibliocraft, Decacraft. We're good on that. Okay, let's get this iron. What's it up? Oh, I need to light this place up or monster spawn. There we go. All right. Take our coal coke, put in this crude blast furnace. Oh yeah, watch this. We're gonna get so much iron. Oh, delicious. I didn't pay attention to how many blocks of iron dust we put in there, but 74 is our output. Just put in this casting basin. Oh wow. There will be better ways to process our gravel and sifting and stuff. Main thing I want to look into is getting ourselves a tool forge, which is like the upgraded version of the tool station. With it, we can make tools that like break in like 3x3s. You can make battle axes, all sorts of crazy cool stuff. But here's the problem: you get a tool forge. To get that, we need dense refined iron. To get that, we need dense refined iron plate. We need a metal former, which requires a bunch of stuff. We can craft all this stuff here, which is kind of expensive. But big thing is we need a iron chipset, which needs an assembly table, which needs a lot of energy to use. So that's kind of our what's stymieing us this time around. But yeah, making good progress here. Got coke oven working. Sorry, coke oven. Or coal coke oven. Got our iron processing. Got our good tools. Thank you for watching. Next time we will pick back up and grow our crops a bit more and start building the island more. Thanks for watching.